before we built cities, before we even built huts. We were just animals, naked, barefoot, armed with nothing but rocks and fear. And the world? It was not made for us. It was already ruled by monsters. Monsters that didn't see us as people. They saw us as food. Today, we're unearthing the terrifying truth of the prehistoric creatures that hunted humans. This is the Earth Records. Smilodon. The name alone sounds like something out of a sci-fi horror film. But this predator was terrifyingly real. And it didn't stalk dinosaurs. It stalked us. This wasn't just a big cat. It was a tactical ambush killer built to bring down creatures larger than itself. It stood over 4 feet tall at the shoulder, weighed nearly 600 pounds, and had canine teeth that stretched up to 12 inches long. But it didn't use those teeth like a modern lion or tiger. It waited. Smilodon's powerful forearms, stronger than any big cat alive today, allowed it to wrestle prey to the ground. Once down, it would bite not with brute force, but with precision, sliding those saber-like teeth between ribs, through necks, or into the skull. Now here's where it gets real. At the La Brea tar pits in modern-day Los Angeles, hundreds of Smilodon remains have been unearthed. But they weren't alone. Next to them, human bones, some with puncture marks matching Smilodon's fangs, others with shattered skulls and torn ribs, likely from being dragged or crushed. These pits were natural traps. Early humans may have fallen in while hunting, or tried to pull something out. The Smilodon, sensing easy prey, would move in. But sometimes, they got stuck too. These death sites became fossil war zones, with humans and Smilodon side by side, permanently locked in a prehistoric death match. We weren't the only species burying our dead. Now imagine this. You're huddled in a cave. Your tribe is sleeping. You've got a weak fire, maybe a few spears, and outside, you hear them laughing. Not the kind of laughter you recognize, but the chilling cackle of the cave hyena. Much larger than today's hyenas, Crocotia crocuta spelaea could weigh over 200 pounds, had jaws strong enough to crush bones, even human skulls. They weren't just scavengers. They were organized, bold, and relentless. And we know they hunted humans because we found the remains in caves across Europe and Eurasia, especially in France, Germany, and Romania. Archaeologists have found human bones covered in gnaw marks. Some are cracked open like marrow sticks. Others are concentrated in hyena dens, alongside the bones of woolly rhinos, reindeer, and cave bears. In one site, a child's skull was discovered, broken in half, with puncture holes from teeth that match only one animal, a hyena. Even more chilling, some caves appear to have switched hands over time. First, they were human shelters, then hyena dens, then back to humans again, filled with bones from both. This was not just competition. This was open war for territory, and hyenas didn't respect fire. They waited for it to die. Then they struck. Let's not forget the short-faced bear, Arctodus simus. 10 feet tall, over a ton of muscle, and faster than you think. Faster than Usain Bolt. It had legs like a greyhound and could run up to 40 miles per hour. You couldn't outrun it. You couldn't outfight it. You didn't survive it. Imagine your tribe sitting by the fire, and this thing comes barreling out of the darkness. You're not top of the food chain. You're meat. Then we have forest racids, terror birds, 10 feet tall with bone-shattering beaks and legs like a velociraptor. They ran down their prey and crushed skulls with a single strike. They didn't need to fly. They ruled the land. In open fields, early humans had nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. And we lived with them. The terror didn't stop on land. In Australia, there was Megalania, a 20-foot-long venomous lizard. Venom that thinned your blood and shut down your organs. All it had to do was bite you once. Then, it waited. We shared that island with it. And every snapped branch in the bush could have been your end. Even wolves were worse. Dire wolves, bigger than modern ones, and smarter. They hunted in packs and followed us, waiting for cold nights when we were weak and starving. And sometimes, they didn't wait. Today we visit zoos, we watch documentaries, we tell stories about beasts that once ruled this earth. But back then, the stories were written in blood. And the only ones who survived were the ones who learned to fight back. You're watching the Earth Records, where ancient history isn't forgotten. It's waiting to be unearthed.